Hello dear students, welcome back to our second part of the third lecture of building a simple sentence, clauses and phrases. In the previous video we talked about how to use a noun and pronoun as a subject, and now we're going to talk about the verb. You know that there are three types of verbs. We have action verbs, linking verbs and helping verbs. We are going to discuss each kind of these verbs. Action verbs describe an activity that the subject is performing. So the action verb describes what the subject is performing. Commonly used action verbs are arrive, study, speak, climb, play, run, construct, cold, eat, smile, race, leave, and many other action verbs. Look at the examples. The mail carrier arrives with a package. The dog races the squirrel to the tree. We have arrives and races are called action verbs. Activity. Underline the action verb in each of the following sentences. To help you find the action verb, circle the subject. Cross out any prepositional phrases. Look at the example. On average, Tiger Woods hits a golf ball over 290 yards off the tree. Now look at on average. It is crossed out. It is a prepositional phrase beginning with the preposition on. Off the tree is another prepositional phrase beginning with the preposition off. It is crossed out. Tiger Woods is the name of the player. It is the subject of this sentence. It is circled. Hits is an action verb. It is underlined. You are going to do the same with the following sentences. Number 1, his father guided his golf instruction. Number 2, without hesitation, Woods won 3 championships. Number 3, he regularly launched 300-yard drives on the longer holes. 4, Tigers stunned the golfing world with his outstanding and exciting play. 5, she opened the letter on the kitchen table. And number 6, she unfolded the piece of paper. So you are going to cross out the prepositional phrase, and maybe you find more than one prepositional phrase. So you are going to cross out all the prepositional phrases and to circle the subject, then to underline the action verb. The second type of verbs is called linking verbs. Linking verbs indicate a condition or state of being. The linking verb connects the subject with a word or a phrase. Why? Identifying or describing something about the subject. Okay? So the linking verb, connects the subject with a word or a phrase. These words or phrases are describing something about the subject, describing the subject. Let's see the examples. Commonly used linking verbs are what? Act, appear, be, am, is, are, was, were. This is the root, and these are am, is, are in the present, was, were in the past, have been in present perfect. Feel, grow, become, look, seem, taste. These are called also feelings, verbs of feelings, and they are stative. They come stative, not dynamic. They are stative verbs, not dynamic verbs. That is, they do not accept ing when they are used as linking verbs. Look at the examples. Dr. Smith is a surgeon. Dr. Smith is a subject. A surgeon is a noun phrase that says something about Dr. Smith. This noun phrase says that he is a surgeon. So this noun phrase describes Dr. Smith, the subject, and is called what? A linking verb. It links these words with the subject. Number 2, the wool sweater feels rough. Feels also is a linking verb. The desert sand becomes cool in the evening. Becomes is a linking verb. Aretha appears tired and sluggish. Tired and sluggish. These words are connected by the linking verb to describe something about the subject, that is Aretha. Okay, so they are saying something about the subject connected with it by using the linking verb appears. Look at this activity. There is a linking verb in each of the following sentences. To help you identify the linking verb, circle the subject and the word or words that describe the subject. Finally, underline the linking verb between the two circles. Look at this example. When I say the building is a skyscraper, the building here is a subject, it is circled. A skyscraper is a noun phrase, okay? And it describes what? The building. Is a linking verb and it is underlined. The player seems nervous. Player is subject. Nervous describes the player, and both of them are linked by using the linking verb seems. Nurses is the subject. Are intelligent and caring. Intelligent and caring, these words describe nurses and they are linked with the linking verb are. Now I want you to do the same with these 5 sentences, then we will discuss your answers when we meet in Zoom session. You are going to circle the subject and you are going to circle the other words that say something or describe the subject, then underline the linking verb between the two circles. Number 1, the concert was very exciting. Number 2, the foyer looked polished from floor to ceiling. Number 3, the hall felt cold and stuffy. Number 4, people in the audience seemed nervous. And number 5, members of the orchestra were relaxed. The third type of the verbs is called helping verbs. Helping verbs combine with a main verb to form a group of words. These group of words are called what? A verb phrase. Verb phrase is consisted of the helping verb and the main verb. Okay? So, helping verb with the main verb together are called what? A verb phrase. The helping verb gives the main verb a specific time reference or meaning. So the helping verb gives the main verb what? Time reference, whether it is in past, at present, or in the future, for example. And it adds also meaning. Commonly used helping verbs are what? Can and the past of it, could, may and the past of it is might, must, shall, should, will, would. All of these are called helping verbs and they are used with the main verbs. Together we call them verb phrase. There is a helping verb and a main verb in each of the following sentences. To help you identify the helping verb, circle the subject, then cross out any prepositional phrases. Finally, underline the entire phrase, verb phrase. Okay, so this is an activity for you and this is an example. The example says, studies of all ages indicate that exercising can help overall mental and physical health for most people. So, first you are going to cross out the prepositional phrase, and maybe you can find more than one prepositional phrase in the same sentence. Here in this sentence we have 2 prepositional phrases. Of all ages beginning with of, and for most people beginning with for. The subject of this sentence is exercising and it is circled. Here is the verb phrase. It consists of what? Of can as a helping verb and help as what? As a main verb. So the helping verb and the main verb together form the verb phrase you are going to underline. Number 1, however, exercising must be done on a regular basis. 2, on the other hand, exercising too much may be detrimental to your health. Number 3, lifting weights should be accompanied by anaerobic exercises. Number 4, mental health also will be stimulated by physical exercise. Number 5, regular exercising would lower health-related coast nationally. Okay, you are going to do the same as in this example. Cross out the prepositional phrases, circle the subject, and underline the verb phrase that consists of a helping verb and a main verb. Verb tense, time. I mean by time here, whether it is present or past or future. In writing, time is called what? It is called tense, because tense is shown primarily through the verb. Time is more accurately called verb tense, okay? So it is called verb tense. It is important to know whether an action or linking verb is in the past or present or future tense. After all, you would certainly react differently if something had already happened, was happening at the present, or was not going to happen until the future or until later. Okay, so this adds meaning to you, whether the action is happening now and at present, or happened and finished in the past, or will happen in future. Examples of simple past, present, and future verb tense. Look at the past here in these black sentences. I talked yesterday. I worked last Saturday. He talked for 2 hours. He worked last summer. Talked, worked, talked and worked. These verbs are in past, and we have keywords that indicate the past, yesterday and last. Present, when I say I talk now, I work all the time. She talks in her sleep. She works at Benny's. Okay, these are present simple. Without us, when we use I and plural, and with us when we use singular subject, he, she, it. Future, when I say I will talk later, I will work tomorrow, they will talk next Monday. So we have here will, that indicates the future, plus the main verb in infinitive, and we have keywords or key expressions like what? Like tomorrow and next, which indicate the future. Examples. We have past, present, future. Okay, and here also past, present, future, but here for the linking verbs and here for the action verbs. When I say Joanne was a student at USC last year, this is past simple, the past of is. When I say Joanne is a student at USC this year, this is a present tense, a linking verb in a present. When I say Joanne will be a student at USC next year, this is future linking verb. What is the linking verb? It is be here, is here, was here. Be is the infinitive, the root of is, was, am, are, were, are and were. And here be is used as infinitive after will. Okay, will be is the future tense of the linking verb. Regarding the action verb, look here, this example. Past tense action verb, when I say Amy skated yesterday. Skated, it is in the past. Present, Amy skates today. Future, Amy will skate tomorrow. Look at this activity. Complete the following sentences by filling in the blank spaces with the past tense form, the present tense form, and the future tense form of the verb provided. We have a verb, it is practice. I want you to use once in the past, then in the present, then in the future forms, and complete these sentences. Do this activity, then we will discuss your answers when we meet. Compound subjects. A compound subject consists of what? Of two or more nouns or pronouns connected by what? By and. Okay, so these two nouns or pronouns are connected by and, or, either or, neither nor. Let's see the examples. Bill and Raoul drove to the Cineplex. Cineplex, this is a cinema with multiple theaters. Bill and Raoul. Here we have compound subjects. Both of them are subjects and they are connected together by the connective and. Either you or I, here also we have either you or I, this is the subject, will have to pick Melanie up at the train station. Neither Venice nor Rome is ignored by tourists. We have neither Venice nor Rome. This is all a compound subject. Venice and nor Rome, and they are connected using neither nor. Compound subjects can be separated by other words, but they are still considered one subject as long as they are doing the same action or being the same thing. So it is compound, but it is considered as being one subject because they are doing the same action. Example, we have here Charles the dentist, Clyde the doctor, Phyllis the nurse met for dinner. Okay, so all these are subjects meeting for dinner. This is the action verb, met for dinner. In this sentence, we have a Charles, and we have a Clyde, and we have Phyllis. These three persons, what are they doing? They are having dinner together. So these are the subjects, okay, but it is considered as one subject for one action. Underline the compound subjects in the following sentences. To help you identify the subjects, cross out any prepositional phrases you find and circle the verb. Look at this. The child's ears and nose looked just like its mother's. You are going to do, first of all, you are going to cross out the prepositional phrases, okay? Then you are going to circle the verb. After that, underline the subject. At the end, you can underline the subject. After crossing out prepositional phrase and circling the subject, you can circling the verb, then you can underline the subject. Underline the compound subject. Put a line under the compound subject. Number 2, Jupiter, Mars, and Venus are planets in our solar system. Number 3, the antique sofa, the Art Deco clock, and the abstract painting were sold at auction. Number 4, the slithery snake, the prickly hedgehog, and the colorful parrot are the most popular animals at the children's zone. 5, Hamlet and Macbeth are two of Shakespeare's most famous plays. So, again, what are you going to do in this activity? You are going to underline the compound subjects, which is connected by a connective like and or either or, neither nor. Underline it. Then you are going to circle the subject and to cross out the prepositional phrases. Your answers will be discussed when we meet. Okay, now let's talk about the compound verbs. We finished the compound subjects. Now let's talk about the compound verbs. Like subjects, verbs also can be compound. A compound verb consists of more than one verb. Compound means not one verb. We have more than one verb. With a few exceptions, compound verbs are almost always connected by the conjunction and. Mostly, it is connected, these verbs are connected using and. Look at the examples. Janet laughed and cried during the movie. Here, laughed and cried. This is a compound. This is called compound verbs. The horse ran and jumped as part of the rodeo contest. We have also ran and jumped, compound verbs. Paris dazzles and excites visiting tourists. Dazzles and excites, here also compound verbs connected with the conjunctive and. In the sentences above, notice that the subject is not repeated in front of the second verb. That means I don't say Paris dazzles and Paris excites. Okay, we do not repeat the subject before each verb. We do not write Paris dazzles and Paris excites visiting tourists. Writing Paris twice is unnecessarily repetitive, okay? And it makes the rhythm of the sentence choppy and awkward. We said that. Lots of repetition makes the sentence what? Awkward, choppy. So we only write the subject once because these two verbs share the same subject. No need to repeat it again before each verb. Activity: underline the compound verbs in the following sentences. I want you to look for the compound verbs and to underline them. The horse trotted and galloped around the track. 2. The audience laughed and cried at the actor's performance. Number 3. The motel room was clean and smelled of lilacs and roses. Number 4. In New York City, skateboarders ride on subways and skate in parking garages. Number 5. The legislature argued and voted on 53 bills this current session. Now, correcting sentence fragments. Fragments means making errors. The sentence has errors, and we want to correct these errors. Look, a simple sentence consists of a single independent clause, as we said. Okay? It has a subject, it has a verb, it has a sufficient meaning. So it is called an independent clause because it gives the full meaning. An independent clause is a series of words with a subject, a verb, and complete meaning, as I said. This means that the independent clause can stand on its own as a simple sentence. No need to connect it with other sentences to give meaning. When you are writing sentences, be certain that each independent clause has a subject, has a verb, and a complete meaning. If the subject, the verb, or complete meaning is missing from the independent clause, then a sentence fragment error has occurred. Okay? Here, if the sentence fragment or the form of the sentence loses one of these, the subject, the verb, the meaning, then errors occur in this sentence and we have to correct this error. We have to correct and rewrite the sentence, the fragments of the sentence, to make it meaningful for the readers. Look at examples of sentence fragments. When I say, for example, kick the football. Who kicked the football? We don't know. So no subject in this. These are only just phrases. Okay? A group of words without meaning, meaningless. Okay? The full meaning is not, we know the meaning of kick, the meaning of football, but the full meaning of this is not given. Who kicked the football? It is not clear. No subject. Who or what kicked the football? To make it correct, we have to add a subject. For example, the football player, this is a subject, kicked the football. When I say that chef, the fettuccine Alfredo. Okay, that chef, the fettuccine Alfredo, there is no verb. What happened to fettuccine? What did that chef do in relation to fettuccine Alfredo? To correct this, we can add a verb. That chef prepared, this is the verb. The chef prepared the fettuccine Alfredo. Here we have a full meaning of the sentence. Number 3, the announcement of the new dress code caused all the employees. Also, we don't have a full meaning. Caused all the employees for what? Caused them to do what? Insufficient meaning. What did the dress code cause the employees to do? To make it correct, we add additional information to create complete meaning. We say, the announcement of the new dress code caused all the employees to buy uniforms. Okay, by adding to buy uniforms, we add an information here, to buy uniforms. By adding this information, the meaning is full and clear for the readers. Look at this activity. Correct and rewrite the following sentence fragments using the 3 techniques listed above. 3 techniques by adding what? By adding subject if it misses a subject, by adding a verb if it misses a verb, by adding information if the meaning is insufficient. When I say the mechanic and his assistant as many as 50 cars every week, what happened? It doesn't have a full meaning. When I say the basketball team need to what? Number 3, the woman walking down the aisle, what happened to this woman? Number 4, melts in only a few minutes if left out at room temperature. Where is the subject? What melts? Number 5, can make better grades by studying every night. Who can make better grades by studying every night? So you can correct and rewrite these sentences and adding the missing information. The fire, the entire forest. What happened? What did the fire do to the entire forest? You can add information to correct these fragments in order to have meaningful sentences. You can do this as homework, and then we will discuss your answers when we meet. Okay, now we are going to have an activity, and this activity is for the 2 videos. For the whole lecture, discusses what you learned in the 2 videos in the third lecture. Activity: check either true or false on the blank next to the statement. 1. A simple sentence must contain both a subject and a verb. 2. The subject of a sentence can be a noun but never a pronoun. 3. Nouns can be replaced by pronouns to avoid repetition. 4. Subject nouns are often confused with nouns in prepositional phrases. 5. Crossing out prepositional phrases can help find subject nouns. 6. There are 3 types of verbs: action, linking, and helping. 7. Action verbs connect the subject with an idea that describes the subject. 8. Helping verbs describe what the subject is doing. 9. Helping verbs combine with the main verb to form a verb phrase. 10. Helping verbs give the main verb a specific time reference called tense. 11. Subjects can be compound, consisting of more than one noun. 12. Verbs can never be compound. 13. The 3 simplest forms of verb tense are never, soon, and sometimes. 14. Sentence fragments occur when the subject, verb, or sufficient meaning are missing from the sentence. Please review the 2 videos and this chapter from your book in order to answer this activity correctly, and this will be discussed when we meet in Zoom session and when we meet in the university. Okay, thank you for listening and for watching, and stay safe and healthy. Goodbye.